All right, guys, as we jump into Module 4, I want to explain 3 of the different ads that you're going to come across in this module. The first one is desktop and newsfeed. So basically that means that these ads will only be viewed by people who are looking at it from a desktop. That could also be a laptop as well, but it's not going to go to anybody that's on a tablet or a smartphone, okay? And the reason for that is the optimization of the ad. So the ad is specifically tailored and pixelated and sized for viewing on a laptop or a desktop, okay? So if you click remove, then it won't show to anybody on a desktop, okay? And as you're going through and looking at who you're targeting, as we can just come back up here really quickly, this number will change as you select desktop, mobile, right-hand rail, okay? So keep that in mind as you're going through and you're looking at the number of people that you're looking to target. So the next one is mobile, and in a very similar vein to desktop, it's only going to go to anybody on a tablet or a smartphone, okay? And as you can see, it's a lot different, right? It's a lot smaller, it's a lot more compact, right? But again, they do a really good job of emphasizing the like, right? Because that's what we're doing here. We want a like campaign. So they really do a good job of emphasizing that. And so you're going to start seeing more and more that mobile is the go-to platform. So if you're worried about spending a lot of money, I would tell you to just target people via mobile newsfeed, because that's where a majority of people will be all day long, right? Anytime they get bored, they're in line, they're in the bathroom, wherever, it's going to be on mobile. So just something to keep in mind, but that's a major difference between desktop and mobile. And then the last one is actually called right-hand rail. They call it right column. And if you've never seen this before, I guarantee you have. You maybe just never paid attention to it. It's literally the stuff that you'll see on this side of the page. So you won't see these on mobile. You'll only see them on desktop. And they're typically static images, but sometimes when you scroll up and down, they do change, okay? Whereas the newsfeed one, it'll be there, as you scroll down. It looks like it's part of somebody's newsfeed, right? Like somebody posted it. This stuff, they know it's an ad. The person that's seeing it knows it's an ad because it's nowhere on the newsfeed. It's on the side, right? Whereas the mobile and desktop newsfeed, they look like somebody posted it as part of their network. So the reason that these two are a little bit more popular is because they're more likely to be clicked on because they look like they're more organic. Right-hand rail is less organic. It's less common to see something on the side unless somebody paid for it. So it's less likely to be touched. And that's why I'm not the biggest fan of right-hand rail. It can be very effective in certain ways. But for me personally, I tend to stay away from it, especially as I constrict my marketing budget. Okay? But mobile newsfeed's always going to be the number one in terms of reach, because it is just where more people are at most of the day, okay? And desktop still has a lot of value, although I think you're starting to see, again, that shift to mobile. But in terms of your overall use, you could still find that right-hand rail is more effective than desktop in some cases. So I encourage you to try out multiple combinations of these for all of the ads that allow you to use all 3. Some of them don't. If you'll get to the video one, videos don't allow you to use right-hand rail because they want to embed the video in the ad. So for the ones that allow you to use right-hand rail, if you want to give it a shot, go for it. I would never discourage you from trying something new and seeing if it can get you some more business. But for me, in my area, right-hand rail just hasn't been as effective, so I've stayed away from it. Okay, so those are the 3 main ads that you're going to see all the time in this module, and so we wanted to give you a little primer on it so that you're aware of them moving forward.